Does that not remind you of the Friends theme?
It's got a little bit of it in there. Yes, it does.
You
Yes,
know,
it does.
and it's quite fitting because that is what this is all about, really. Entertainment Flash Season 3, Episode 20. BFF is the name of the show.
I'm honored, BFF.
You know, it is no, I mean, like, think about that. I mean, I mean, we're in a pretty good mood right now, but I mean, it's gonna be kinda surreal in this one.
It is.
But we got a lot to talk about. Joined by Eric, Sports Unfolded co-host. How are you?
I am doing great. Thanks for having me.
Oh,
Appreciate it.
when we were talking about it during Sports Unfolded before the show, um, and you were interested, and I was like, "Oh, that would be awesome!" Because, I mean, when you think about Friends, it's one of the most popular shows ever.
Yeah.
I mean, even to this day, people are still watching it, and it's still impactful. And when you started talking about it, it's like, oh yeah, definitely, I would love to have you on. I'm actually surprised Kenny's not here, to be
Yeah,
honest.
a little hurt by the big dog not joining us tonight, but
Yeah,
I'm sure something came up.
yeah, but we got a good show. We have, of course, celebrity headlines. We're gonna have some movie updates. We're gonna have some TV time news. We're gonna have the top five, and that's going to be an incredible one. Probably the best one since I've been doing this. You know, Entertainment Flash. I think it's going to be the best one.
All right.
And of course, celebrity birthdays later on. And no music this week. I decided, because it's all about, friends. I decided we're going to leave off the music this week, um, because we're going to have some closing comments later about, you know, that sort of thing. So let's go right into the headlines. And this is something that I really thought I would never have to do on this show. Um, Matthew Perry passed away. I really, it's almost like you're shocked, but you're not shocked. It's like you're not really surprised by celebrities passing away. But this one stung a lot. And me and you had this conversation about Robin Williams stinging.
Yes. Yeah, I think it's our generation. Like we grew up with Friends, so you develop those kind of relationships. You fall in love with some of the characters
You do?
and what that show meant. And again, Matthew Perry, Chandler Bing, by far is one of those characters that I think most of us can relate to. That little bit of
Absolutely.
sarcasm,
Yeah.
snarky, but
Yeah, you hear
also
it all the time
caring.
on Sports Unfolded, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So I think his character, and then knowing what he personally battled through
Right.
throughout his life, you kind of at the same time had that feeling of you hope it didn't happen, but to your point, it was kind of expected
Right.
that it may happen.
Yeah, and it's one of those things that he was trying to get help. He was trying to, redo his life and the whole bit. We're gonna bring up that picture of that cast right there. Like there aren't too many shows that have a better cast, if any.
Yeah, it was so well casted. I mean, all the characters were phenomenal. They
Yeah.
all fit so well together. But you could say Matthew Perry, Chandler Bing and Joey and that
Oh,
relationship was so perfect on that show. Like
yeah,
they fit each
and
other
then
perfectly.
I saw all the memes, and I don't know if you remember the episode. I'm sure you do, where Chandler had moved out, and Joey was sitting in that recliner
And they had him
next
by
to the
himself.
empty one.
Yeah,
Ugh,
and I saw that meme the other day, and it's just like, your heart, just broke just looking at it.
yeah,
And it's a shame because again, and I was trying to think about, I knew I was coming on tonight, and I said, let me think about one of my favorite moments of the show. And honestly, it was the relationship Joey and Chandler had. And I remember
yeah,
there was a point where, Chandler fell in love with Joey's girlfriend. And
yeah. I remember that. I do.
but and then Joey got upset and they wouldn't talk, so he put him in a box,
Yup.
and they had the little hole. And as they're leaving, he just put his finger and kind of did that. But you just felt those characters and that emotion.
Yeah.
And it was just like there's so many great memories of that show. And it's a shame because you're never going to see the six of them together again.
Yeah, and not to mention when you look at the actual characters, they were kind of real people, right? Like nobody was like this millionaire, and and they weren't all perfect people. They all had their vices
Yeah.
and things about them didn't that weren't perfect. Like even Jennifer Aniston, whose parents were
Yeah.
well off, but she was a mess.
Yeah.
And
And it worked so well.
everybody had their things, and it kind of everybody kind of related to somebody, right? And that's what drew everybody to
Yeah.
it, because it was all these, we talk about the Seinfeld show about nothing. It was very similar, but only just a little
But
comic side of the real
yeah,
life.
and I think how they built it up, and you think about when Chandler and Monica got together,
Yeah,
and that whole build, because you always just said, "Oh, one of these guys has got to," you had the Ross and Rachel thing throughout most of the show,
yeah.
but you never saw like true. It was like they were in love, they break up, they were on a break, but
I was on a
yeah,
break.
you know what I mean. But so you had all those moments, but when Chandler and Monica finally fell in love, and the whole proposal thing and everything that happened,
Yeah,
it was such a great buildup for years. You wanted to see something like that, and then the two of them fit so perfect together
right.
on that show. And I think it's just the chemistry. And they always said there was a little bit of something with Courtney Cox and Matthew Perry where they had that friendship, but also a love or admire to them. And I think it made it work on the show. I'm sure she's heartbroken because again, they were so close.
Yeah, and it's going to be tough for these actors to really talk about it. I think
Yeah.
because I haven't really heard much from them. But you got, I mean, it's like a family. You've been together so long, on the set. I
You're
mean,
tied together. Yeah.
yeah, they're family, and what an impactful show. Uh,
I have not been able to see a rerun so far since it's happened. Like I just can't. In it, I know it sounds lame, and people are like, "Oh, he's soft" or what, but again, it was the outcome of what happened, and I think it's just too fresh in
yeah.
my mind. But and I also thought about listen, some great movies. I'm a huge Bruce Willis fan.
Oh
He's
yeah,
one of my favorite whole
yeah.
9 yards and the whole 10
Right.
yards,
That
and when
was
he
a
did
great
that.
movie.
And then I love Salma Hayek as well. Fools Rush In. I thought
Yep.
he was phenomenal in that. And again, so he did so many good things that I personally remember.
Yeah.
That honestly, because of Friends, I watched those movies, and he impressed me so much by he wasn't Chandler Bing. He was a different character, and still had that charisma on
Yep.
the screen.
As I get all choked up.
I'm sorry, buddy. I'm sorry.
No, I mean, there's a lot of actors out there that reach people in different ways, and when you look at the Chandler Bing character with the neurotic, I don't know, he's just all over the place at times, and it's a very relatable
What
character to
I,
people.
I and I don't remember the name on the episode, but there was an episode where his boss didn't know his name.
Oh my god, that
I
was
can't
like,
remember what he was calling him, but it was
oh,
just so
it
funny because
was
like I think
hilarious.
Rachel came to visit him in the office or something, and the guy calls him the name, and he's like, "All right, I'll see you later," and she's like
Yep,
looking at him, and he's just like, "Yeah, he doesn't know my name, but it's all right." Like that happens in real life sometimes. You
it
forget
does.
somebody's name, and you're like, "Hey, bud," because you don't remember the name.
That's right. I do it all the time.
Yeah,
I'm terrible with names, and no, there's so many. And the one, like I was talking to you about, when he was stuck in the vestibule with
yeah.
Jill Goodacre. That's what drew me to the show. That episode had me hooked after that. and he's sitting there talking on the phone with Monica, and she couldn't understand a word he was saying, so she gives the phone to Joey, and he knew what he said. Oh, you're stuck in the vestibule with Joe Goodacre. It was just one of those moments where he just took the scene and he ran with it, and he was brilliant in that episode, and never looked back. Every single character, I mean, from Phoebe to everyone, even when they had guest stars, which Bruce Willis was on.
Yeah, and it was because of the
Yes.
whole 9 yards, and I
Yep.
think it was a bet that Bruce lost, and you think about it, that was so those 3 episodes that Bruce was on with Rachel and that whole dynamic
Yeah.
was so good. Ken, the big dog's on.
The big
Kenny,
dog
join
is
in,
on.
buddy.
Join
Come
in.
on
You're
in.
more than welcome to come in, Kenny. The invite is inside of our group, so
But
you can come on.
but yeah, that was some great times. They had so many guest appearances and so many different people that came on that show as well,
Oh,
and it all
so
worked.
many,
And it
you
all
know.
worked.
Oh, it did, and they had great writers. I mean, it all starts with the writing, and when they get those scripts, I'm sure there's adjustments, and and these are all talented people,
Yeah.
and they just run with it,
The You wanna
and
know a kicker that I read is Matthew Perry was the only one of the group that the writers let sit in and help do some of the scripting because
that
of
does
his
not
quick wit,
surprise me.
right? And think about that, like, he helped mold some of those stories,
Yeah,
with the writers.
yeah. It
So,
doesn't surprise me at all. I mean, he's talented. He's a funny guy. He knows how to get the laugh. He knows how to deliver every line.
yeah,
The
it
I
was
mean,
right?
it's just everything.
Yeah, yeah. I gotta say, by far, and I'm not saying this because he passed away, he was probably my favorite
Oh, he
character
was my
on
favorite. Absolutely.
Friends. And as much as you liked all the other characters, loved Phoebe, loved Joey, right? Like you liked but he just made that show so much better because you just knew when he said something and you're like, I probably would have said that too. That's
Yeah,
me. There's a
yeah,
little bit of me in him. So
yeah. Absolutely, absolutely. That's who I related to the show right away, like out of the gate with that Jill Goodacre scene, and never looked back. He was always my favorite after that, right down to the end. And even now that he's gone, I mean, we'll always be watching,
yeah,
those episodes that just blow us away. And when you start thinking about a cast like this, I mean, there's very few. You look back, okay, Cheers, Seinfeld. I mean,
just over
Perfect
time.
Pass.
Like no matter what, you still see those characters even when they're
Yeah.
in something else.
Yep.
And yeah, I'd agree with you. Like you never saw Ted Danson as anything else.
Sam
Like you
Malone.
right, you just couldn't see. Like he did a lot of other stuff, and there was good
Absolutely.
stuff, but
Yep.
you always related him back to Sam Malone in that
He even
character.
won
And
Emmys, if I'm not mistaken,
yeah,
outside of Cheers, and
you
still
just
see him
still
as Sam
right. Like
Malone.
and I think that's what happens with these characters because you even see it now. Like a few of them, Jennifer Anderson's done stuff, and you see, but you still you always go back to Friends with them.
Yeah, you do. And that's what it all goes back to. And Joey is, I can't even think of his real name now. I just call him Joey. And he's done a lot, and he's been on some hit shows, on cable.
Yeah,
And no,
yeah,
nope,
no,
he's
very
Joey.
sad loss, very big loss
Yeah,
in
big
the TV
loss.
wash.
So let's continue. We're gonna go into the top five,
All
because
right.
being it our BFF episode, honoring Matthew Perry, um, we decided to go top five Friends songs. So
Y-
that is songs that have friend in its title.
Yes.
And let me tell you, I found a lot of them.
Yeah, there was
Besides how many there were.
to get him to 5 round, very difficult.
It was very difficult. And, I didn't find getting my top four very difficult, but
Okay.
5 through 9 was extremely hard. So trying to cut it down to five was very difficult for me. Um, so I like Sports Unfolded, we're gonna do the honorable mentions.
Oh, you didn't
So,
tell me that, my friend. I would have. Oh, that's all
you
right.
lost out.
You're up on that. Okay.
You
It's
lost
a
out.
show.
All right, so I will tell you my honorable mentions, and that is quite the list. Let me tell you, honorable mentions. You've got a friend,
You got it. Yep.
James Taylor,
Yep.
1971. Remember that one?
Uh-huh.
Not to be outdone. That's what friends are for. Dionne Warwick and Friends. That's what it was
Wow.
billed at.
That didn't make your top 5.
That
Okay.
did not make my top five. Do you remember Toy Story, right?
Yeah.
Randy Newman,
Yeah.
"You've Got a Friend in Me"
Me. Yes.
did not make my top five.
Wow. Okay.
And The Cars, who I thought that was going to be, in my top five, My Best Friend's Girl, did not
Hmm.
make my top five.
Wow. I did have one.
And
Friends in Low Places, Garth Brooks.
that's your
Honorable mention.
honorable mention.
Yes, I almost threw that in.
And also one that I had in there for a while, and then at the last minute I decided against it. Um, oh wait, nope, never mind. That is wrong. I already said it. It
All
was
right.
My Best Friend's Girl.
Okay.
That's the one I ended up dropping out. So, with that, what's
Okay.
your number five there, Eric?
You're My Best Friend by Queen.
Ooh.
You're my best friend.
Oh, I know what that song is.
Right? And
Believe
such
me.
a good song. Anything by Queen, really, but that was number 5 for me.
Yeah, number five for me was With a Little Help from My Friends. Now, there were two versions. There was Beatles and Joe Cocker, who released it a year after the Beatles. But that Beatles one,
Good song.
good song.
Great song.
Number five. Your
All
number
right.
four.
So going to my roots because I love hip hop. Just a Friend by Biz Markie.
Oh, I forgot about that song.
And you
Oh,
said he's just a friend.
oh,
Oh, baby, you come on. Number 4, Biz
oh.
Markie.
That's gotta replace the Beatles. Sorry, Beatles.
And
Sorry.
I think Biz Markie just passed away this year,
Yes,
wasn't
he
it?
did.
Yeah,
He
right.
did.
Wonder Years.
Mm.
Kenny, Wonder Years.
Oh, yes. But that doesn't have friend in the title, so
Yeah, he's a little. Kenny, what are we
hitting that
doing,
sauce.
Ken?
Hitting that sauce.
How was your 4?
Number four for me was Whenever I Call You Friend. Kenny Loggins and Stevie Nicks back in 1978.
Wow.
Do you remember that one? Whenever I
Oh,
call you
yes.
friend.
Great song.
Can't do the song justice like they do.
Yeah, let's stick to your day job.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So number three, what do you got?
I have Friends by Houdini.
Houdini.
Friends. How many of us have them?
Yeah.
Friends.
Oh,
Come
wow.
on. Hip hop,
Wow.
baby.
Wow. There you go. All right. My number three is Why Can't We Be Friends?
Why can't we be friends? It's a
Yes.
great song too.
That's a song that comes straight out of Lethal Weapon, too.
Yeah, that's a great song. That was a very good one.
I
Very good
love
one.
that song.
All right.
All right. Number two, what do you got?
So I kind of went with a TV theme here because I said, Friends, we're talking about the TV show. And Thank You for Being a Friend. Andrew Gold originally did it. But when
Golden
you
Girls.
hear that song, Golden Girls, period.
Yeah.
And another great show that, forever will live on. But thank you for being a friend. Thank you for being a friend.
That's a great one. That's a great one. That's a good song. Very good song. My number two is Queen. You're My Best Friend.
Very good. Yeah, that's a great
That
song, man.
show
It really is. It really is.
And what is your number one, Eric?
So I was surprised by you not having That's What Friends Are For, because it was by Dionne Warwick and
And Friends.
Friends.
Yeah, I know.
Like, it's got even Friends as the singer.
You know,
Dionne
and
Warwick and
it's
Friends.
the only part I can really remember was when Elton John sang "Keep smiling, keep shining, knowing that." You know that whole part. That's the part I always remember.
Come on. That's what friends are for, Ron.
Yes, I know, but it did not make my top
I
five.
am shocked at that one. Well, your number one's got to be amazing.
My number one is absolutely Garth Brooks, "Friends in
Ah,
Low Places,"
see?
because
Huh?
there is no way you can go anywhere if you don't have friends in low
I
places.
got friends in
And it's
all
that
places.
mysterious the mystery third verse that people always forget. You only get that in the live show, and I saw
Ah,
him live,
okay.
and I remember going to see him live. I hated country music. But the girl I was seeing back then loved country music, and I took her to see Garth Brooks, and I was sold. Sold.
No, it's a great
I
song.
was like,
It
"Garth
was.
Brooks,
And I
man,
was debating. But that's a great list, man.
it is a
Some great
great list. It's a
songs.
fun one." And, look, when you think about what that show meant and the relationships that people make with each other, you know, through life, and there's nothing better than having friends, right? So,
Agreed.
um, yeah, and we clown around a lot. We insult each other on the shows.
No, no.
But here we are. We're talking about Matthew Perry and the cast of Friends, and it's hard to believe that he's gone. So, Kenny, I wish you would have come on. The invite is there. You can always come on. So, I mean, we gotta keep going and making sure that we're all okay, right?
Yeah, no, without a doubt.
That's what it comes down to. Everybody's got to be okay. I don't know the results of investigations or anything like that. I really hope it's not the drug thing.
Yeah,
I'm thinking it's not. From all that I've read about the situation, to me, it just might have been pure exhaustion,
yeah, yeah.
dehydration,
Yep,
and passed out in a hot tub.
yeah,
That would be even more tragic, but
yeah.
that is, what I'm getting out of this. And whether it is drugs or not, so I'm not going to change how I feel about, him as an actor, and frankly, you got to give him credit for trying to clean up and
Yeah. Listen,
straightening out his life.
addiction's a real thing.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, far too many people in this country and around the world
Yeah.
struggle with it. And it doesn't matter how big you are, a movie star, or you know what I mean, an
It's
average
harder for
Joe,
them.
right? Yeah, because they've got a whole life to have to live. Think about how big he was in the 90s.
Yeah.
And then you come down and it crashes down, and people can say you were never going to be as big as you were during that Friends period.
No.
And sometimes it's the hardest thing to do. And we saw it even like a Michael Jackson,
Yeah.
where, you know what I mean? He had reached the pinnacle of height with Thriller. There was nowhere else to go but down.
Yeah.
And as great as your music could be, you're never going to be able to beat what you accomplished.
Yeah.
And I
You
think
can't
sometimes,
do that.
yeah,
And
people don't see that, and you try to fill that void with something else.
yeah, and there's a struggle inside, every day to fight off those feelings, and it's not easy. And then when you have the easy access of temptations, you have all that money. All that money can also be the demon,
Agreed.
So, but I mean, it is now. It's one of those things that now we have the memories of that show, and we have to move on until another icon goes. And there's been people
Yeah, it's
every
hard for
day
many this year.
past
Yeah.
week. It's been a rough year for celebrities. Really has, especially lately. Um, but I mean, are you gonna stick with us here?
I'll stick around for a little bit if you don't mind having me.
That is awesome. So we're gonna talk about TV now, doing the TV updates. So I mean, you go from Matthew Perry to TV. That seems like a smooth transition. I was gonna do it in a different order, but I'm gonna decide to do the residuals
Okay.
that these actors get from all these reruns and stuff like that. And I thought this was really, really an interesting thing. When you look at all the stars, and then you start seeing how much they made. Do you know that Brady Bunch cast got zero,
Wow, is that insane to think about?
$0
And how
in
many
these
times the reruns, huh? That
right?
thing goes on
Uh,
forever.
in fact, Marsha, whatever her name is, I can't think of her name, McCormick, whatever her name is. Um, her her agent and lawyers are still fighting to try to get that contract reworked. They're not going to do it, so
No.
you might as well stop. Might as well stop. So they got nothing. Looking at some others, really interesting. Uh, all the cast of Friends, they all get $20 million a year from the residuals.
Isn't that insane? Think about it.
20
20 million.
million dollars.
And I'm sure that's it. Listen, they're on HBO now, right? HBO, you can live
Yeah.
stream it, and you know what I mean?
Yep.
So yeah, oh yeah, they've got contract on contract because they were originally, I think, were on TBS or something, and then the
Yeah.
HBO Max thing came and bought
Yep.
the contract, and
Oh yeah. So now they make even more.
and it's
So
the first thing that if
probably
you
more than 20 million now.
yeah, if you have HBO Max, first thing that pops up, the big thing of Friends right now.
Yeah.
They know what they're doing.
David Caruso,
X-Files.
Miami, NC, the
Oh,
CSI
that one.
Miami.
Okay, yeah. Yep.
Yeah, he gets $100,000 a year. $100,000 a year for taking off his glasses. I wish I would have just got
You
$100,000
just got
for
you
taking them
just
off.
got one. No, checks in the
No,
mail. Checks in the
yeah, I'm
mail,
sure
buddy.
it is. I'm sure it is. Tim Allen received $18 million in the past 21 years for home improvements. I love that show too.
It is that's a great show too.
Kelsey Grammer, $13 million a year for Frasier, and now
And
they're
it's
bringing it
back.
back. Yeah, I know.
And
I
it's
don't
back.
understand. I have never seen Frasier as a rerun. Never.
Yeah, I know.
Most likely because I didn't really care for the show, but
Yeah. It had its
I
moments.
Alan Alda makes $1 million a year
For MASH.
for MASH.
Wow, that is insane.
Yep.
$1 million.
$1 million.
And what's that in the 70s? That show.
Yeah.
So that's 70
actually not
years.
too bad.
That's pretty good.
Yeah. David Hasselhoff, Baywatch, $4 million. $4 million. Bob Saget.
Can I say I've never really watched Baywatch?
Yeah, I haven't either.
I just don't get the appeal to it.
Yeah, I don't either.
Well, I know what the appeal was. Let me rephrase that. The show itself, I just didn't find it to be interesting.
It's terrible. Did you see the movie? The movie was worse.
Like he should have gotten
that.
Yeah, it was. With The Rock too. And you would think, but I would have Night Ride, I would have thought he'd make more money off of.
Yeah, it didn't give the Knight Rider stats, unfortunately. I'm guessing he probably didn't make anything.
Yeah, see.
Bob Saget for Full House, $2,000 a year.
That's it?
That's it.
Wow.
That's it.
Wow.
Not a good moneymaker, I guess, right?
That was a great show.
Ed O'Neill, Married with Children, $10 million a year.
That I could see. He was the show.
Yeah, John Cryer from 2.5 Men,
Yep.
$20 million.
Well, that show. I think, when Charlie Sheen and all that money, like that was, he was so big. I could see that.
I'm guessing
that's still on reruns.
The same amount.
Yeah,
because all
that's
the
good.
friends get the same amount. So I'm guessing
Yeah,
he gets the same amount. Let me see. Ray Romano. Everybody loves
he was
Raymond.
Raymond. Yeah,
$18 million a year. $18 million a year.
insane.
He doesn't have to do
But
it.
again, your name's in the title. I think you get them.
Yeah, you might think.
Everybody loves
Remember,
Raymond.
remember ER,
Yep.
not
George
Anthony
Clooney.
Edwards.
George Clooney.
George Clooney, $13 million a year
Yeah, I
for
heard
that
that.
show.
Yeah, I heard it's insane.
Jim Parsons gets 10 million for Big Bang Theory. Ted Danson, 5 million for Cheers.
Is that?
But
Can
he
you
gets it
even
for like
watch it?
3 other shows too.
Where do
So,
you watch Cheers anymore? Can you even watch
oh
it?
yeah, oh yeah, you can.
What's it on?
It's streaming on something. I
Oh,
don't know.
I gotta check that out. See if I
I
have.
don't know. Betty White, $8 million a year. So I'm
Formerly, yeah,
guessing
she
the
used to.
others on Golden Girls gets the eight
I
million
don't
as
think
well.
any of them are alive anymore.
Yeah, well, somebody gets it.
Okay, just saying.
Somebody gets it. None of them are alive.
Yeah. So
Who else is there? I'll save that one for last. John Goodman makes $1 million a year for Roseanne,
Roseanne. Okay, I'm sure she makes more.
and Jerry Seinfeld. Want to take a ballpark guess?
Yeah, he's loaded.
Take a ballpark
30
guess.
million. 30 million.
Yeah, not even close. Try $110 million.
Is that insane?
That show makes $1 billion a year.
On nothing. It's a show about nothing.
Show about nothing, and it makes
But
$1
another great
billion
cast.
a year.
Yeah, I could see it though. Great cast. You could still watch it today. You can always relate some to your life in that as well.
And here's an interesting one. It isn't a TV show, but do you remember the movie Titanic?
Yes.
Um,
Leonardo DiCaprio.
since after the box office, when you start watching it on TV, you know how much money Leonardo DiCaprio has made on the replays of that movie on TV?
Half a million.
Close. $300 million. That dude doesn't have to make another damn movie. $300 million the guy is raked in. Raked in.
I don't know.
I don't like
I don't know how people were so interested in a movie. You knew how it ended. You knew the ship went down.
Yes.
You knew what happened.
Right. Yeah. You know, it's like
people. I don't know. I wonder how it ends. No, you already know.
Yep. All right. So, American Sports Story from Ryan Murphy, who made the American Horror Story.
Okay.
He's got a new show. It's all about sports figures, right?
Okay.
Season 1 going to be starting. It focuses on Aaron Hernandez.
Ooh, that's a must watch. Must watch. I've watched the ID stuff on him. Oh my gosh, the story.
So Josh Andres Rivera will be playing Aaron Hernandez.
Okay.
And get this one. And I find it hard to believe that he's not related to the big guy. Patrick Schwarzenegger. Now, he has to be related to him, right? Has to be.
It's a very uncommon last name, I would think.
You would think. So he is playing Tim Tebow.
Ooh, Florida. So the Florida part. I wonder who's going to play Brady.
I don't know.
Ooh, all
Tom
right.
could probably still do it.
You sparked my interest, my friend.
So, and I knew you'd be interested in this. Because when you look at how well the American Horror Story has done,
yeah,
this is interesting.
Yes. Oh yeah.
Because if they get a good script like the horror and the crime story, this ought to be a pretty good one. And
that's a must check.
Aaron Hernandez just everybody's ears in New England just went, what?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, that's a must watch. Yes, so I'm definitely going to check that one out.
That is definitely going to be watched. And then see, there's all kinds of stuff, right? Echo, a new series by Marvel, right?
Okay.
Now I saw the trailer. The trailer itself includes a headshot, that, you know, shoots into the head. It's
Oh,
like we're watching, the not the Matrix, the other one there. Oh my god, I can't think of the show. John Wick, the movie. It's
okay.
almost like that. That's how violent the scene is. That they actually showed a
Hmm,
flash of it, right?
okay.
It is the first Marvel show that is going to be TVMA.
Ooh, all right.
It's going to be on Disney Plus, and it's going to be MA.
Hmm,
I cannot believe
interesting.
that's actually happening.
Yeah. I wonder if
Like,
there's gonna be like a check for your date of birth or something when you
I don't know. I don't know,
Hmm.
but I am stunned that Disney is going to be doing that, right?
Money
Um,
talks, my friend.
so
Money
that
talks.
starts January 10th. So
Okay.
mark
Okay.
that day on the
Okay.
calendar. Hope it's not on a Friday night because we'll have to skip the show, right?
Yeah. Okay. Sure.
Um, all right, and then there's also Russell T Davies returning as Doctor Who's showrunner. People are excited about this because he said he was going to be doing it for 4 straight years, and that should actually stabilize the show that has been like in flux, for a couple of years now. So it should stabilize it and make sure that the show has plenty of good stories. So that is TV time.
There was one show, Ron, and I don't know if you know about it, and it looked really good to me. The previews. It's called Found. I think it's on Peacock and
Oh yeah, I haven't
NBC.
watched it yet. It
And
looks
that
good.
one's really sparked my interest. Where I guess
Yeah.
she formerly was kidnapped by, and
Yup.
it's Mark. I can't say his last name from Saved by the Bell.
Yeah, I don't know his last name.
So
I don't.
he's actually this, I guess the guy that kidnapped her, and now
Yep.
she locks him in her basement, and but she now like
Yeah.
is a serial killer, uh, you know, investigator or somebody. So she uses him in his mind. It looked really cool. So that might be something somebody want to
Yeah,
check
I'm
out as well.
definitely going to be checking that out. There's a few of them that are going to be out. Um, Look, I just finished Heels season 2 recently with Steve Amell from Arrow.
Okay.
Oh my god, what a great series that is! It's a great series. Um, and you don't even have to be a wrestling fan to like it because I like it. I'm not a wrestling fan, even though we have two wrestling shows on Rhode Island
Yeah.
Broadcasting. But you know, uh,
Yeah.
it's just a great story. I mean, the whole thing. They've done a great job with that. So, just finished that one recently, and you know, Walking Dead, Daryl Dixon. I've watched
You
all
know,
the.
I still didn't finish the final season of it.
You gotta
I
watch.
have it on tape, and I haven't. I don't know why. But
Did you just say you have it on tape?
I haven't. No, DVR'd,
Oh,
and I just left it.
I
It's
was like,
there.
what?
It's
Tape?
been sitting there for over a year now, and I just haven't watched it.
Yeah, you gotta watch it, man.
Yeah, I know.
And
But
I'll
I've
tell
watched
you,
everything else. I watched the entire thing, and I don't know if I don't want to let it end or I'm afraid to be disappointed. So I don't
probably gonna
know.
watch it all again. I'm probably gonna watch it all again, but I think I have to watch Lost again.
I've
That's
never seen it. Never seen it.
oh,
I
I
heard it was
love
really
that
good.
show.
Yeah.
That's my favorite show of all time. It's not even close. All right, let's talk some movies. We got some movie news, of course. Um, a lot of the talk right now. Ooh, Priscilla.
Yeah. And look, they've done such good jobs lately though with these movies, Elvis and the Queen, Elton John, Rocket Man, like
Yep.
that. Like even if
Freddie
you're not a fan,
Mercury.
my stepson, who's obviously much younger than me, uh, I could get him to watch those movies, and there was an interest because of just they did it so well the way they told
Yeah.
the stories.
Yep.
I'm sure this is going to be the same way.
This is going to be a hell of a movie because it's going to be eye opening for a lot of people. Because yes, you saw the Elvis and his struggles and blah 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 and all that stuff,
Yeah,
but
there was another
now you're
side to the
seeing
story,
it
right?
through the eyes of somebody else that
Yeah,
was with him constantly. And there's a lot of stories in there. And I mean, I'm not. I'm not one to discredit anybody. And if anybody is going to know Elvis, it is Priscilla Presley.
Just a little bit, I think. Yeah.
Yeah. So, and I
No.
don't think she would tarnish his name, but she does want to get the truth out there, And there is Kenny as we speak, the king of NBA right here. And it's just a black screen. So,
Kenny, you look different.
you know,
He looks different.
he
There
looks,
he is.
there it is. Yeah.
I like the way he comes in like a silhouette. That was really sharp, bro. All right.
The shadow knows.
Sorry to be so long. I've been having computer issues.
That's okay. You're here. You're here.
You know what? Another friend has joined us.
Hey.
See how it all worked out?
See, BFFs right here. There we go. So we're talking movies now. We just talked a little bit about Priscilla, the Priscilla Presley movie. But now, what do you think about this Universal How to Train Your Dragons live action movie? Like, has anybody seen any of these live action things?
No.
I will tell you this. My firstborn, named after Jasmine from Aladdin, the Disney movies, because I was in love with that movie when she was born and everything else. I was so disappointed in the live version that I think I refused. Like, it scarred me now for life. Like, I never want to watch another live action anything because I just feel like that. I did not watch The Little Mermaid. I'm not doing it. Although the Lion King one looked good, I'm not doing it.
Well, How to Train Your Dragon is now due out June 13th. It used to be March 14th of 2025. They moved it to June 13th of 2025. So something tells me that something is wrong.
It stinks.
Right?
That's what I'm going with.
But now it's going to be up against a Pixar animated movie, and Pixar is going to blow it out of the water.
This? Just leave the animation alone.
Yes.
Why do they got to ruin this stuff?
I don't know. They do it all the time.
I don't get it. Leave it alone. You ruined Aladdin. What are you doing?
Yeah. Good.
Sound like George Costanza right now. I'm sorry, but I can't.
Serenity now.
Rest of us, for the rest of us.
I can't do it.
You do sound a little like George.
I just can't. Why?
Oh man. All right. So Scott Jeffrey. Do you know who he is? Okay. He is the maker of Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey.
I saw the So you want a kicker in this, Ron? There was a school teacher who asked the students what they wanted to watch. They picked that movie. Needless to say, the teacher no longer works for the school.
Yeah, I would think not.
Why would you think that's appropriate?
I don't
First
know.
of all, and why would you want Winnie the Pooh as a serial killer? Like, what are we doing in this world?
It's funny you say that, Eric. Because he's slated to make 3 more movies. First of all,
Gummy Bears Strike Back. What?
Nope. Blood and Honey 2.
Why?
Blood and Honey 2. And then he's going to turn Peter Pan.
Oh my goodness.
And Bambi.
Ron, you are about to make me lose my absolute loving mind. What the hell are people thinking?
I don't know. But, Killer Bambi sounds like a big hit, right?
Oh, yeah. Bambi now shoots back.
Yeah.
Bambi learns how to use ammunition, fire guns.
Steals it off of Elmer Fudd, right? And then shoots all the hunters.
I love it. I love where that's heading. If there was ever a movie I wanted to watch right now, that's the one. Sign me up. Hopefully that comes out in the next 6 years.
Yeah.
Stupid.
So, look, I mean, I don't know. Look, I had no desire to even watch that Blood and Honey movie. I saw a trailer of it, and I'm
It
like,
looked
"This
horrible.
is a joke, right?"
Yeah, it looked horrible. I thought it was like a Saturday Night Lights live skit.
Yeah.
They did that once with The Rock, and I think he was playing Bambi. And they made it like this whole action thing. It's a Saturday Night Live skit. Kenny, if you haven't seen it, check it out. It's actually pretty funny. The Rock is Bambi, but like he's like a killer Bambi. Like he's just coming back and taking out people. And
Well,
that's what I thought.
that's probably where they get the idea to do Bambi, right? That's
Like Winnie
probably
the
where.
Pooh.
So first he was a tooth fairy. Now he's Bambi.
Yeah, it was good in the Tooth Fairy. Come on, that was a good movie. It's better than Killer Bambi. I'll tell you that right now. And it's not even out.
Yeah, this is true. So before we get to our last segment, just want to thank everybody that is watching out there, or that will be watching.
Damn, I'm still on this thing.
You can't.
I can't wrap my mind around it.
You can watch us at YouTube and Facebook at Rhode Island Broadcasting, Twitter at Broadcasting RI, and of course, Twitch at RI_broadcasting. And follow us on all of our social medias and share. You can buy us a coffee right there. RI Broadcast at Buy Me a Coffee.
And if you don't, Bambi's coming to get you.
That's right.
I'm telling you right now. Bambi's out there. And he's hunting you down. And he's going to make you buy us a coffee.
and he may be with Peter Pan. So
then you could do like a combo thing after you have Bambi and Peter Pan. They
it's like
join
the Avengers. But it's the Revengers.
The Revengers. This is for killing Tinkerbell.
Hook gets dismembered.
Look, now you find out how he really lost the hand. It wasn't that alligator.
Right. Right. Oh my God. All hell is breaking loose on this
Kenny,
show.
real quick. I had that. Just a Friend Biz Marquee or Friends Houdini? Which one you like better?
Biz Marquee.
Right, Just a Friend. Then Mario remade it? You remember when Mario redid it?
Yeah,
he did a great version of that too. But anyway,
Biz Marquee.
Yeah,
not as good as Biz Marquee. No. It's just that whole out of tune kind of you
got what I need.
That's what makes the song. It's kind of like out of tune,
When they say Bambi's got a friend. No.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. So we're gonna do some celebrity birthdays now. I like this segment because we get to talk about all these people, right? And of course, I turn everything into a competition, and everybody's got to come up with their favorite birthday here. So you got to pick one of these. You got to pick one of these as the winner of the birthday.
Best birthday. Okay.
Okay.
Is this for the month, the week, the month of?
It's just today.
Today's birthdays.
Today's birthday.
Today. So we are basically telling somebody that their birthday is not important. Thanks.
Oh, I don't even have all
pressure on us.
These are all celebrities.
They may be watching.
They might be watching. Yes.
The opinions of the three individuals on the screen doesn't necessarily mean your birthday doesn't matter.
Yeah, I didn't even include all of them either.
All right. All right. Let's see what you got.
I left some off the list. First of all, ones that you can't pick because they're not with us anymore. James Honeyman Scott died in
another Winnie the Pooh reference.
No. He was the Pretenders guitarist. Brass in Pocket? He was the guitarist on that track. Just
figured you were still on the Winnie the Pooh thing with the honey.
No. And here you go. Tito Francona. Terry Francona's father.
Ooh, father. Okay.
Died in 2018. It's his birthday today. Would have been. And then Doris Roberts. You don't know who Doris Roberts is? How about Everybody Loves Raymond?
I love Raymond.
Oh, yeah.
Died in 2016.
Oh,
So those are the ones that you can't pick because they're, not with
no
us.
longer with us. Okay.
Okay.
Not a fun birthday for them. Too soon?
Jeez, Ron.
This is why I don't end up with postcards.
I
and
see that. Yeah, I
cards and
see
stuff,
that.
You got to lighten it up.
That's a little too light.
All right. So,
Yeah, right.
so hey, some people have a bone to pick with me, but
Oh, nope.
no. Okay. All right. So here are just the athletes.
Okay, we're going athletes.
Well, there's
Okay.
No, but I'm just saying that Sports Unfolded thing, baby, keeps
Yes,
coming
that's
back.
why I did this. I separated them because you guys are here. Alexei Yulinov, Olympic gold medalist, Russian figure skater in doubles. Eric Karros, 1967 with the Dodgers.
First baseman.
Yep.
Yep.
Carlos Baerga,
Hey, Carlos Baerga.
born in 68, played mostly for the Cleveland Indians.
Yep.
Osvaldo Fernandez from 1968 from the Giants, pitcher. Luis Figo, 1972, the Portuguese footballer, played for Real Madrid and
It's
Inter
my pick.
Milan.
It's Portuguese. I'm going with it.
Okay.
And I feel like I could go Figaro.
Orlando Pace,
Okay.
Rams
Great
tackle,
lineman. Yeah.
1975 born.
Great lineman.
Yep.
Okay.
Bruno Junqueira, 1976. He's a race car driver from Brazil. I had to mention somebody from Brazil because we get a lot of viewers from Sao Paulo. So, friends out there in Sao Paulo, there you go. There's your boy. Vince Wilfork.
Hey, Big Vince.
Big Vince. Now, how do you like about that Portuguese football?
Oh, no, now you're tearing in my heart right now.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Yeah. So Big Vin, 1981, he was born. Played for the Patriots. It didn't matter where else he played.
He's a Patriot.
He's a Patriot. Devin Hester, remember him?
Oh, great returner.
Oh,
One of the best
Yeah,
ever.
1982, he was born. So
Oh,
he's
baby.
on the list. And
How do you pick to him in that Super Bowl, knowing he was going to run it back? But anyway, go.
Des Bryant
Nice. Okay.
from the
I
Dallas
still think that
Cowboys.
was a touchdown, by the way, Des. You got robbed, buddy. You got robbed.
Yep. True story.
Yeah.
True story.
Yep. So those are the athletes. Now we move on to musicians.
All right.
Mhm.
Right?
Mhm.
Musicians. Delbert McClinton, the blues singer. 1940, he was born. Cherie
You
Payne.
bored Kenny on that one.
Cherie Payne from he was born in 1944 from the Supremes.
Okay.
All right.
Kenny.
Chris Difford, 1954. Now, do you remember Squeeze? Black Coffee in Bed. Remember that song? No? A little before your time?
Maybe.
So he was the singer and songwriter of that song. Les Sampu, 1961, Connecticut-born folk singer.
Connecticut. Let's go. In the
Yeah,
house.
right? Right?
CT.
Born.
That's it. We're in, Kenny.
Rosario Flores, Spanish singer, born 1963. And Puff Daddy.
Get out of here.
54-year-old Puff Daddy.
He did he. Puffy,
Did he?
Puff Daddy, Sean Combs, a.k.a. all of them.
Yep.
Okay.
Brother Love.
What was it?
Brother Love.
Puff Love?
Brother Love.
I can't. Yeah.
Brother Love now.
Ah,
It's love. Just love.
Is it?
It's
I
love. Yeah,
can't.
it's just love.
Can you keep a name? How hard is
right.
it?
Gregory Porter,
This is going to be tough.
1971 Grammy-winning jazz singer. And Kavana, 1977 born British pop singer. And those are all the musicians that I knew who they were. Well,
Okay.
you know, relevant.
I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing here.
All right, so these are the actors now that I picked out that I knew,
Okay.
or TV figures. Kathy Griffin,
Wow. Okay.
63-year-old Kathy Griffin, who I really don't find her funny at all, but you know, a lot of people do. Peter Boynton, 1955. He was born. He is on. Well, he was on As the World Turns. Um,
Kenny, you're a big soap opera guy, aren't you? I could see Kenny watching a few.
What? Back in the day?
Back
What?
Days of Our
General
Lives,
Hospital?
baby.
Luke and Laura?
Days of Our
Luke and
Lives.
Laura? Yeah, Luke and Laura.
Oh, look at
What?
see General
General
Hospital.
Hospital.
I was
How
at
do
Days
you
of Our
know
Lives.
all this?
Days of Our Lives
Yeah,
was
Luke.
mine. Bo and
Back in
Hope.
the day?
Bo and
Yeah.
Hope.
You know
What?
this. Oh
Bo
my
and Hope, bro. You
Yeah.
gotta come on. Where's
Back
your
in the day,
soft
Luke
side,
and Laura?
Ron?
With the casino? With the casino? When they had a little casino?
See?
Yeah, what? Yeah, Luke and Laura. Yeah, what?
All right.
Oh,
It's going. Show's going to hell. 86-year-old Loretta Swit.
That
Hot
Taylor
Lips-
Swift? No.
Hot Lips Houlihan on MASH.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
All right. Matthew McConaughey, 54-year-old, right?
All right.
Oh.
You know, doesn't it make you want to go out and buy a Lincoln right now?
I always felt like he's
Send the check to.
no. What was what's the one he did with DiCaprio where he's all coked up all the time?
Oh,
Do
that was
that.
a good movie, though.
That was a great movie.
That was a really-
Wolf of Wall Street, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And they're at lunch and he's just getting the coke sent to the table. Like
Yeah.
Matthew McConaughey, great actor. Really
Yeah,
is.
he has some good movies. He really
Yeah.
does.
Yeah.
You know,
Yo,
I gotta give him
ATV
credit. I love the movie. What the heck's the one with Penelope Cruz? Safari or what? Sahara. Sahara. Oh, what a great movie that is. Loved it.
Yeah. EdTV was a classic, yo.
TV. Yeah. See?
EdTV was a classic. Yeah, it was funny.
Matthew
Yeah.
McConaughey, right?
All
So-
right. I had to do it again.
All right. So Jeff Probst from Survivor,
Ooh.
Nope.
born 1961.
I hate reality TV.
But I love Survivor.
It's not
too.
real.
Ew.
Survivor.
Reality TV with a script. Period. I'm done. Don't ever get me started on this one. You want George Costanza to come out? Talk about reality TV. I will lose my mind. Go ahead.
So you don't like Amazing Race?
They're all fake.
They're not all fake.
They're fake.
Most of them are.
They're fake.
No, Survivor's not fake.
It
yo.
is
Survivor's
fake.
not fake, yo.
Think about this.
Sorry,
Can I
yeah.
ask you guys? I will ask you guys a serious question. If it was your life, think about your reality. Would anybody want to watch it? No, they script it so you want to watch it. Kenny, please.
All right, yeah. They don't want to watch it.
Yeah,
Watch
that's
it.
stuff like
Go to
the
work,
Housewives and
average
stuff
job,
Like that. Those
right?
are
And-
scripted.
Huh?
Housewives and all that crap is all
Everything's
scripted.
scripted.
This one
It's all-
isn't scripted.
It's all garbage.
This one isn't scripted.
It's all not real.
Anyway, last but not least, which I know is going to be your choice, and it's probably going to be your choice, for the winner of this, Ralph Macchio,
Hey, Karate Kid.
won
Pretty good.
Karate Kid, Cobra Kai, Ralph Macchio.
You win.
This is a
So,
tough one.
This is a tough
Oh.
one.
Oh my goodness. Because
Oh,
I want
this
a
is
crane
tough.
kick right now. I love doing this show. Can I just say that? And I am not, and I'm sober. Imagine if I was not. I would love this show. This is great. I got to do this more often with you, Ron.
I'm telling you, it's fun.
I will
Really,
say
it's
this. I will say
It's a great
this.
show.
There's 3 here, Kenny.
Yeah.
There's 3.
Yeah.
I'm in a toss up right now.
Let me guess who those 3 are. Is Vince Wilfork,
Uh-huh.
Ralph Macchio,
Yeah.
and I'm gonna say Puff Daddy.
You are correct, sir.
Mine too.
And I think I got my winner.
See,
I
I'm
think I
down.
got my winner. I got my winner. I know who I'm picking.
All right, who do you got?
Yeah, me too.
I
Me
am
too.
picking. I'm doing it right now. Look. Oh, little
Oh,
Puffy.
that boy.
Baby. What
That
up,
boy.
baby?
That boy.
Let's do it.
Oh,
Bad
oh,
boys for
that boy.
life. Give me some
That boy for
Mace
life.
and
Oh,
Biggie
yes.
and put
Yes.
it all in a pot. Puffy, my winner.
There you go. There you go. Big dog, Kenny. Who do you got as a winner?
He froze. Oh, I did it, yo. I got love, yo. He changed the culture, yo. He changed the culture, yo. You got Little Kim, you got Lil C's, you got
Lil
Junior
C.
Mafia.
Oh, Junior
Oh,
Mafia.
you got
Let's
Biggie.
go.
You got
So my three were Jeff Probst, Ralph Macchio, and Vince. I have to go with Vince just because what he's done for New England. Um, being from in this area, Vince Wilfork was just incredible for this area.
Yeah.
Like what he's done for this area, both in game
Yeah.
and out of
Outside.
game.
Agreed with that.
I have to go with Vince Wilfork
In
on
the
this.
community. And sadly, though, I'd have him third
Yeah, that
because
is
Ralph
sad.
Macchio, wax on, wax off, dude. I don't care when you watch that movie. You
Wait.
thought you could fight.
What does he do?
Wax on, wax off.
Oh,
Danielson.
so
Paint
he
the fence, Danielson. Paint the fence. Paint the fence.
Sand the floor.
Send the floor.
Sand the floor.
See, now
Beginner's
why
luck.
did you
Beginner's
say sand
luck.
the floor instead of wax off?
Wax on, wax off, baby.
All right, so that is celebrity
I'm done.
birthdays. That was an incredible segment, as I expected. The conversation
That was some great
that was
names,
pretty
though.
awesome.
A
That
lot
was
of
awesome.
same name. That's pretty crazy, huh? All those people.
Yeah,
Oh.
and it's interesting because when you look at the names, it's like, first of all, if you're an athlete and you're born on this day, go into football. Pick up a football and get into it, because there's a lot of football players that were on the list, and there's a lot of them that I didn't even mention. So, I mean, it makes you feel pretty good that all these names are on there. So, I mean, when you look at all those athletes, there's a lot of all stars right there. And to me, when you're born today, you probably are meant to be an athlete. That's the way I look at it. Not as many in acting. Lots of musicians and stuff like that. But it's more along the lines of jazz and stuff like that. Puff Daddy was a little different and differed, in Squeeze, but most of them were all blues, jazz, R&B.
He brought back the remix. He brought that the sampling. Puffy was such a big influence of the sampling piece, where he took stuff from the 50s, 60s, 70s, and he incorporated in 90s music.
Absolutely.
And I would tell you, man, that some of these kids didn't even know the songs that he was sampling, and those were great songs back in the day. Like,
so let me ask you: do you think he killed anybody?
Wow, we're going down a road. I don't know if I want to.
You don't have to answer because
we'll let the fans decide. We'll let the fans.
Yeah.
The fans can decide. Let us know. Hey, let us know if you.
Well, they finally arrested Tupac's killer, so we'll find out. We may find out
after how many years.
Yeah, we'll find out.
Yeah. Okay. All right, so that pretty much wraps it up.
But we're talking about the man who gave us a great album. What's the 411?
What's the 411, son? Mary J. Blige, baby.
He gave us Mary J. Blige.
Woo-hoo!
Bleach, yo.
Diddy.
Brother Love.
Diddy.
Mary J. Blige. That's that's a hell of a star to make, huh?
Phenomenal.
Does she have a star on the Hollywood Walk?
I would guarantee it.
Yeah, I guarantee it.
Must, right?
Yeah,
without a doubt. I think she does.
Without a doubt.
You would think so.
Yeah.
So, all right, that pretty much wraps up everything. You
This
know,
was fun.
I told you, man. I told you, man. It's different.
Just
It's a
talk.
little, yeah.
Mhm.
All right.
Yep. So that is it. We are ready to get out of here. Anybody have any last words?
Do you want to say again, rest in peace, Matthew Perry? Um, brought me to Entertainment Flash because I thought that's how important it was with the
Yeah.
era in what he meant to me. But Ron, I enjoyed you having me. Thank you so much for allowing me to grace your show tonight, and I appreciate it.
Yeah. And I'll see
Always,
you Friday, right?
Yes, sir.
always a pleasure. Always a pleasure, Ron.
Yeah, Kenny, I mean, it's always great. Whenever Kenny comes on, Eric, the show for some reason does great with numbers. So it just tells me that Kenny needs to be on, more often than not. You know, I mean, he's the big dog, right?
Let's do it up, buddy. Spots
All right.
unfolded. When you joining?
So I got one question. You was talking about if you were born today, you should have been a football player. So I share a birthday with Big Poppy, so that means I should have been a baseball player.
Yeah, maybe.
You missed your
Oh,
calling. You missed your
no,
calling.
I could have been Big Poppy at Fenway.
You
You
could
could
have
have been.
been big dog at Fenway.
That's
Oh,
right.
yeah. Oh
The
yeah.
big dog.
You could have had a big dog and a poppy at the same time.
Oh man, I missed it.
Missed it. Your opportunity.
Uh.
Now you're just gonna have to be a big podcaster.
That's right. That's right. That's right. So, all right, we're heading out. Everybody, have a great night, and we will see you next time.